Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to another episode of the Wtfx podcast. Tonight, we talk about my favorite thing in the world, horror movies. Why they were made, how they affect pop culture, even our favorites. You'll hear a lot of things. I'm your host, the Wolf Sean, and I'm joined by my co-host, Count Davula.
Yep.
Frankenphil.
Hello.
And the Swamp Tim.
Hey, what's
And
up?
we are gonna have fun tonight, guys. So hopefully you'll join us, talk about things that scare you, make you laugh, cover you in blood, whatever. So pull up your blanket. We're about to get spooky.
Oh, baby.
You say that as I'm adjusting my blanket.
So you're a man child. All right, gentlemen. Let's start off with a bang here. It's everyone's favorite. What, God damn it! I get to quote this movie. What's your favorite scary movie, guys?
Oh God, I'm gonna sound like a hipster, but at 28 Days Later.
It's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great movie. Like I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
I mean,
I love
I've
20
never
Days
seen
Later.
the sequel. I've never seen.
You're not
anything
missing much,
after
don't worry.
It. Just standalone. I loved it. It was a really
It's a
good
great movie.
Like
It was a
I know
good
that
one.
they messed with the ending from what the producers wanted. And
Yeah, I
that,
agree.
I can understand that the frustration of the artist, but like it was a pretty good movie.
No, it's a good
all
movie.
things considered. Yeah.
David, Phil, you guys want to chime in?
I'm gonna go ahead and divide my favorite horror films into regions.
All right,
shit.
I'm fine
right,
with that.
all
That's
right.
probably what I would do as well.
Okay, so in America, I'm gonna go ahead and say an Alien,
All right, good
and
choice.
in Japan, that area, really just Japan, Noroi.
We're gonna get on that movie a little later. Things I want to actually discuss that movie. So I'm not gonna say shit yet.
No,
More people need to see that movie.
But yeah,
Phil?
I mean, Alien's a fantastic film. Yeah.
Alien is great. I mean, we know Tim doesn't like it, but that's Tim's hang up with his life, not ours.
No, I like Alien, and like I said, the last time I saw it, I was freaking 12, so I don't trust my judgment about
And how many times have I said you need to sit down and watch it again?
True. You need to watch that and Aliens. Get the full experience.
Revisiting old experiences, but like I think I've seen it twice, so I've only got one more try to like
True.
and enjoy or learn something from it. That's three times, and I'm done. That's my rule, guys.
All right, I can accept that. I mean, I understand that. Phil, how about you, buddy?
Mine is honestly, it's a hard tie between Dead Silence
Oh, it's a good
And-
movie.
and
That's
The
such a-
Frighteners.
Dead Silence is such an underrated horror movie.
The Frighteners is a pretty hilarious movie.
It's a
Can I
horror
say
comedy. It's
something
still
about
horror.
This really popular one that really fucking annoyed. Two really popular ones: Blair Witch and Paranormal Activity. Like no.
I will admit to this.
No.
Not all of them, but one of the scariest movies I've ever seen is the third Paranormal Activity.
Oh,
Really?
like,
Oh, dude, it
I
fucked
wasn't-
like I don't know why, but it fucked me up, dude. Like
The first
I don't
one
get
was
scared
okay.
by much, but
That
second
scene
one,
where the coven shows up, that was pretty freaky. But
that was one of that's actually one of my favorite like final acts in the movies, because that's just where all the crazy shit comes running through the window. Just fuck it, here you go, have fun.
yeah,
like,
On favorites,
I can respect a piece. I can respect an artist / creator, whatever, who decides to just be like, all right, there's no way to shield you from it, or to beat around the bush about this. That shit's gonna get crazy real quick, and
Yeah.
everything's gonna get explained in this really weird exposition mountain of
yeah, pretty much.
dust and
Yeah.
explosions.
in the 12th
Um,
century.
As for I have a favorite horror
Ezio
comedy.
del
And
Toro. What?
it's dawned on me both my favorite horror movies aren't actually like scary movies.
Really?
What are they?
Well, my favorite horror comedy is Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
It's a really good one. I love Shaun of the Dead.
But my favorite like just movie involving horror, and it isn't a surprise. My favorite like horror story is Interview with the Vampire.
Not bad.
I
Not
gotta
bad.
respect Interview with the Vampire. I mean, that I consider that a very different story. There's a lot of elements to that make
There
it
is,
hard
but
to classify.
it is to me a horror story because it involves vampires.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fair enough.
it's a very gothic romance horror story, but that's what
Well,
it is.
I mean, was it Mary Shelley who created the original
Yep, Frankenstein.
vampire? Or no.
No. Well, the original
That's Anne
vampire
Rice.
story,
Oh,
the original
Anne Rice.
vampire story was Bram Stoker. Anne Rice wrote the Interview with the Vampire
Yeah.
novels.
But yeah, okay, so Anne Rice. But yeah, the original intent was horror, not fascinating. There's this little bit of romance, and there's a lot of elements. To it. It was a strange.
In Dracula, yes, Anne Rice's novels are very horror themed, but they're not real like scary horror.
Well, Dracula.
They're more about
Dracula himself wasn't really about the seduction. He could like lure his prey, but he wasn't sexy. He was an old decrepit man.
No, he wasn't at all. Mm-hmm. He was powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exactly. I've read the novel 3 or 4 times in my life, and it's a good. Some of it's hard to get to because it's very old style written. But it's oh god, some of that book is a bit of a drag. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, that's very much what it is. He's so powerful that the people in the book can't fight him. They just have to.
You're going back to the
whim.
very roots of it. Like that's the root of horror. Is like you're supposed to be scary. You're supposed to have insurmountable odds and like mystery and fear.
I think
that's absolutely true.
I think one of the scariest looking monsters, at least in film, has got to be the Nosferatu.
The original Max Schreck. The original Max Schreck.
Oh yeah,
he's just creepy.
Well, that was based off what everyone assumed Dracula actually looked like in the novel. That's actually a Dracula movie.
Yeah,
technically.
Yeah,
he became handsome and
the
charming in
Bela Lugosi
movie, which isn't a bad. I mean, it's one of those movies where I do enjoy the movie. It's the old 1930s horror. I mean, I alluded to those in our opening. With Wolfman and Frankenstein. Those old like.
Universal films.
Thank you. Yes, Universal Monsters. That's just
what was I again?
You were the Swamp Thing because I couldn't think of one that worked for Tim.
Tim from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, that would have worked too. You're right.
Was the first superhero movie that I super
really
hardcore fanboyed.
Well, fucking there we go. I was totally in sync with you there.
On point, bro. Like it
nice.
Was really on point.
It's like I said, Bela Lugosi is a great movie, but I mean, it's very much not what the novel was. Same for the Gary Oldman remake that I fucking hate.
Come on, man!
I can't stand.
I kind of
30 years ago, buddy. It came out in '92.
Like they should try a Swamp Thing movie, but do it in more of a frightening thing. Like he's hunting down these.
I think Swamp Thing should be more horror.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, dude, Swamp.
Make it a monster movie.
Yeah, it's a monster movie.
A revenge tale.
Guy.
Yeah,
he's going after.
In a world where,
like, dude, you can even tie it in the universe and
where
shit.
a man is made of seaweed.
And he hates.
I hate you so much, David.
That does lead me to a nice point, though, is that the realm of the very popular horror movies mostly started in the 30s with the Universal Monsters.
Yeah.
We moved from there to the 50s, which were all the old sci-fi horror movies, and we got the movie of the giant ants.
Oh man, that movie scared the fuck out of me.
Did it really?
Holy shit! Oh god, yeah.
Ants, I couldn't.
Oh god, no, that movie fucked me up. And then I'd see an ant in my house, and I'd just get like I would go like.
What? I'm sorry, Tim.
Is Gremlins
count?
Oh
man.
Oh yeah.
Like, I gotta
comedy.
Recall, like that was one of the weirdest mind fucks. Like when I was truly first able to be like, wow, that was a mind fuck, because like I truly was profoundly like affected by Gremlins. Like it's like, wow, I got to be careful.
I have to admit that's my Alien. I never liked that movie as a kid, and I haven't seen it since.
Oh, I
never liked
Gremlins.
I can never get into it.
Like everybody loves Alien, but
I don't. Just like it's not a horror comic, but everyone gives me shit because I don't like Back to the Future.
Wow.
See, fucking David and Phil won't talk to me right now.
Great Scott, Sean.
Anyway,
great Scott.
Back to horror. So I mean, we had the horror movies from the 50s and 60s. They were all the old like This Island Earth, Forbidden Planet, all those old sci-fi movies. I mean, most of our generation has seen them with talking puppets in front of them, but still.
I need to change my favorite horror movie.
Well, okay, what, Phil?
Event Horizon.
Not a bad movie.
I gotta say that's a weird. That's not bad. Weird. It's just something I wouldn't think of. But now that I think about it, it is pretty horrific.
That is a hell of a horror movie. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
good call, man. That's
that movie.
That movie fucked me up. Like, it's made me have second thoughts about my whole. I want to be a fucking space.
Yeah. I did not want to go to space after seeing that movie as a kid.
Yeah, it's like
I was afraid fucking Sam Neill was going to come find me.
As an adult, it still actually
Kevin
scares the
Costner,
shit
Kevin
out of me.
Costner can't make that weird chimerification thing sexy. No way.
Yeah. Well, Event Horizon was great as an adult because now you get it. Like now you get of like what was bothering the people, what the hell went after them for. Like it's like growing up and getting the underlying, psychological aspects of Silent Hill. You're just like fuck everything.
Right.
Maybe I had existential crisis incredibly early.
I want to bring up something. If we're talking about the history of horror films, and
I'm doing a quick run to the decades.
Yeah. But I wanted to bring up War of the Worlds because when it originally came out, people thought there was actually an alien invasion.
Okay, you're half right. That's not the movie. That's the radio.
Yeah, the radio broadcast. But
so I mean, okay, I guess we'll throw that in there. It's not a movie,
has that history,
True, it does. And then it became, a not great '50s movie, and it became a not great 2000s movies.
No.
It's a much better novel and radio play.
Yes.
As old as the novel is, it's a good novel.
I stand by that old joke that Keanu Reeves is still playing.
Klaatu.
He's still playing the dude from
the ear stood still.
No, he's still playing the same guy in the first movie, like from the first Bill and Ted's movie. He was Ted. No, he's Bill. Bill. He's still playing Bill. Like 30, 50. How many years has it been since Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
Not 30, 50 years. Calm down.
30, maybe 30, maybe 35, maybe.
Hey! To his credit, he was great in John Wick.
Oh God!
We are 4 months away from more of that. I'm so excited.
So excited.
But again, not a horror movie. So with the sci-fi, the 50s and 60s.
Hey, does 70s, Ghost Rider count as a horror movie because it was so fucking horrifying?
No.
So again,
Sean,
70s and 80s created probably the most famous horror movies, I'd say, still nowadays. I mean, we had the slashers, the rise of the slasher with, Halloween, Friday the 13th.
But we also had like the rise of the Infinite franchise. Like
we had the rise of the franchise. We had, I think that was the good time for good. Like it was also the rise of good, gory sci-fi horror.
Jason takes New York.
We heard you, Tim.
Tim,
still funny.
Go sit in the corner.
Again, for good sci-fi horror, going back to Alien.
I'm surrounded by four corners. Fuck you. I'm there.
Okay. I'm about just to quit.
Go ahead.
We have things like Aliens, the things like The Thing, which is a great horror movie.
Oh my God, I love The Thing. Oh my God. I met Keith David.
We know. You did, Phil. You did. He was so proud of that for like 3 hours.
I'm still proud of it.
It's all we fucking heard about.
I'm still really proud about that. Oh my God.
I'll say this though, Tim, you don't like Alien. Have you seen The Thing?
No.
Buddy, you need to watch The Thing.
That's generally the one to watch, in all honesty.
God, I can't. Now I'm having
it was titled. I can't judge it by the word, so I'm like, I don't know if I don't want to watch.
The thing is about it's a bunch of people at an Antarctic research station. They unearth a UFO, a frozen alien. Alien gets unfrozen, and it's a shapeshifter. It can kill you and become you.
Yum.
But the movie's about almost 40 years old, and it still looks like it was made in modern day because there was no CG. It's all physical, terrifying, gross, just gore and quiet terror.
I need to rewatch that.
Really fucking great. It's so good.
I mean, I have to keep in mind that like I'm someone who has a very short list of horror movies that I even like. Like I'm not a horror.
I would venture to say you probably. I've never met anyone who didn't like Alien until I met you, but I've never met anyone who didn't like The Thing. So give it a shot.
Damn it! There's so many horror movies because is They Live technically a horror movie?
I
They Live is a sci-fi movie. I wouldn't call it horror.
Keep your hopes up. Don't hold your breath. But
I won't hold my breath. But if you get a chance, give it a shot.
I mean, it's one of those things. Like I'm sure that there's going to be some gasps in a moment. Like people who don't like Fifth Element. Like it's a very rare thing that people don't like Fifth Element.
My mom hates that fucking movie.
Wow, I used to love your mom, and like, kind of started to.
My mom does not like that movie at goddamn all.
That's literally one of my top 3 movies of all time.
It's a really great movie.
It is a great movie. It's a great sci-fi movie. It's got just the right amount of like good sci-fi and good weird.
And a lot of weird and hilarious.
Yeah.
And just enough of French weird comics.
Right, yeah.
Some Mobius in there.
Luc Besson made it. I mean, he's a famous French action movie. He made one of the best action movies ever made.
You know,
Dude,
Phil.
I gotta
Phil.
say that alien like opera singer was fucking badass. Like,
True. That's
dude,
a great scene in the movie.
They don't use that sort of like theoretical like
What were you gonna say, David?
I was gonna say, Phil.
Yes.
Are you a meat popsicle?
I am a meat popsicle. That is my classification.
I love this cross-eyed cat. Don't watch too much of that. It'll rot your brain. Anyways, that is not a horror movie. We're going to keep going on our adventure here.
How about bad horror movies? Because I just thought of two that I absolutely fucking love.
Well, hold on. Let me go through the decades here a bit more. Give me a second.
Sure thing.
Guys,
no, you got it.
We had the rise of the slasher in the 80s. The only time I don't really remember a lot of like groundbreaking horror movies are the early 90s and the early 2000s.
Like, in 2000s, you started having the spoof of
right.
it. Where, like,
You're right.
And I didn't like it. Like, I'm sorry. I really don't like the idea that
I don't either.
Wayans brothers have about scary movies. It's not fucking funny. It's just fucking stupid humor that.
But I mean,
it's a marketing scheme, really.
It is.
It's make comedy for the lowest common denominator, play for the most stupid audience you can, and you'll get everybody in the.
Well,
office.
That's kind of how you make money, though. I mean, let's be honest.
I get that. It's just
don't like
come
it.
on, you're not supposed to shoot for that. That's not supposed to be your target. Aim a little higher, man.
I mean,
speaking of those movies, though, I mean, the late 90s gave us, again, I feel it's one of the best horror movies ever made, and that's Scream.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because Scream was a perfect
the
deconstruction of it.
It was the perfect. That's what started the whole spoof. Is they started making fun of Scary Movie, and it was like, oh yeah, this is the new Chic.
You mean Scream?
Yeah, we know what he means. It's fine.
Sorry,
but I mean, Scream gave us like. It had great scares, it had great comedy, it had the now classic horror movie rules. Don't have sex, don't drink, never say you'll be right back.
Nope, never.
Look out, bitch, she got a knife.
Yeah.
Never go in the dark closet because somehow the villain has figured out how to get in there.
Yeah.
Never go upstairs, never go downstairs, never go outside.
And the hero always comes the killer always comes back for one final scare.
Well, and never mind the fact that, yes, the rules contradict themselves, but the fact is there's no way for everyone to survive.
Well, yeah, that's the point. No one ever survives because everyone always breaks the rules. But, okay. So then we had the early 2000s, which was the rise of the Scary Movie series, a lot of the spoofs of which I'm not a fan of either. And then we hit that weird part where Saw came out.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just... I really genuinely love the first two movies. I think there's a lot of
like I have never seen a single Saw movie or Hostel even that I liked. I was just this was too.
The first Hostel is shitty. The second one is a lot better. It's sort of balanced character and story with the gore, not like made a cable porn then a horror movie.
Well, here's the thing about Saw. I like the first film. I don't think it's necessarily a great film, but like I hate most of the sequels.
Oh yeah,
like,
no,
they're just bad.
They started cashing those in for money. So quick.
I will admit that the sequelization and franchisation is one of the reasons that like I want a movie that just stands on its own. Like just make something that that's like it's good. It doesn't matter. You don't need a sequel. You don't need to franchise it. Just like make a good.
I don't mind sequels of franchises if they do it well to continue the storyline. Like I said, Saw 2 was a good sequel. It continued the storyline. It followed the horror movie rules of more victims, more bodies. But like after that, it just got so fucking weird.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They stopped trying to make like just a singular good horror flick. And it's like, we've got to milk this for everything. You got to make sure you've got an opening for a franchise. And I understand that, but like, you can't.
At the same time, maybe I think it's the issue of don't knock them out every year. Actually take some time and work on them.
Yeah, like make sure your script is fucking solid. Make sure your acting is solid.
Because I mean, that's what I mean on the torture porn movies. That's what Eli Roth did with Hostel. Hostel 2 is actually a great fucking horror movie. It hits all the right like gore notes. It's suspenseful. It's well acted. The characters are good, and it's amazing to see what's sort of a junk horror genre have a good movie like that after the first one being such a junk movie.
Yeah, usually it's just downhill after the first film. Anyway.
No, I won't defend 1 or 3. 3 didn't make 3 anyway, so whatever. But I will defend Hostel 2 as a great fucking gore horror movie.
I like I said, as a not fan of the genre,
they are not for everyone.
I mean,
so I'm totally fine with that. I'm totally accept that.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Saw or a Hostel.
You really need to see the first Saw at least. It's
at some point.
It's not a great movie, but it's like
he should have saw that.
Yeah, right. It's definitely like a historic horror movie. It started a whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Which leads me to the next genre that started in 2000s with the found footage movie.
Oh
fuck yeah!
Now,
Blair Witch.
Well, Blair Witch was the 90s. The genre didn't start there, but Blair Witch was the first one. I saw it as I was older and enjoyed it more than I did when I was younger. Again, the story beats kind of fit better. But I mean, I remember, I don't know if he'll admit this, but the first Paranormal Activity scared the shit out of David.
Yeah, it did.
I know it scared him because he made me fucking watch it.
Now,
I get this text like 2 a.m. that just says, "Dude, this movie scared the fuck out of me. You got to watch this."
I don't remember if it honestly scared me or what. I just I don't know. It became franchised again incredibly quick.
It's a franchise that worked really well sometimes and really well not all the time.
I never saw more than the first one. I tend not to.
I gotta say, see the third one. The third one is fucking terrifying.
I have to compulsively watch.
But not the one where the dude gets fucking superpowers and shit. That was fucking stupid.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
The second with Paranormal Activities, you have to watch the odd numbers. It's 1, 3, and 5. 5 is the one that they made that was the offshoot in a Hispanic neighborhood. It's really fucking good too. It was made mostly by younger Hispanic kids.
I think that's the one that I'm talking about.
No one gets superpowers now. The kid gets possessed, but that's it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. There is a found footage movie about superpowers, but it's a fantastic movie. It's not a horror movie.
I have not seen that one. So
you need to see Chronicle. Chronicle is the live action Akira.
Chronicle is fucking great.
Chronicle is exactly how you make a Rise of the Villain movie.
Fuck, I loved Chronicle.
Yeah, but no, and the last Final Destination movies are fucking great. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Fuck yeah.
Chronicle, there is this weird movie that I saw that it was I think it was a found footage style movie that was about superpowers and these two people ended up getting superpowers and it was a really weird movie.
No, Chronicle has a 3 or 4 kids.
How they got the powers. It's just
Chronicle explains it. It could have been Chronicles. Chronicle actually explains everything.
Nah,
you know what? Just have a terrible memory for this fucking
Could
thing.
be.
The only found footage.
I won't deny it.
I think the reason why, at least at that time when Paranormal Activity originally came out, the reason why it actually kind of scared me was, A, I was alone in the dark while I was watching that movie.
That's how I watched it. That's the only way to watch that movie, dude.
And B, we had just been doing our Ghost Road thing.
Yeah.
For a couple weeks.
I will defend that movie. It's a well-made movie. It uses silence.
I was scared because I had to look it up, be sure if it was real or not. I was like, is that real?
Paranormal Activity was a movie that used silence and what you think you hear really well. Just for being made by 4 people, they did a really good job on how the horror works in that movie.
4? Damn.
It wasn't a very well. I mean, there was the 2 actors and they had a couple people working cameras, but it wasn't it might be a few people, but. It wasn't a huge film crew.
It's still a tight crew. It's small.
Yeah, I mean a light crew maybe, but still. But even then, it's still for they made it for $20 grand and it made $8 million because it was actually goddamn scary. I mean, good on them. Good for them.
Hey, that is how you make.
That does. Now we're in the end of 2000s here, and we're in the middle of this decade. I'm actually. I know I said on the last show I don't generally believe in them a whole lot. I really do enjoy this big resurgence of ghost stories. I mean, we've got the Insidious series, which is fantastic. And again, that's another movie I love because David saw it before me, and David goes, yeah, the 2 guys in that movie are you and me.
Yeah.
First text I got, you watch this movie, those guys are us. The Conjuring movies are really good. Oculus was fucking fantastic.
And freaking Insidious 1 has Darth Maul in it. So.
I think you accidentally skipped a subgenre of horror.
Which one?
least of era where like we were getting the Japanese remakes.
Like I was gonna get to those after this because I was gonna link it into Japanese horror on its own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we have a big one to talk about.
Yeah, that's we've got just the scariest fucking movie me and David have seen to talk about.
Oh, no.
But yeah, so now we're hitting go. I mean, I know me and David are a fan of Insidious. Did you guys ever see those movies or The Conjuring or Oculus?
No, I did not. No, I need to.
David, we need to make these two watch more movies.
God damn it!
Right? But yeah, and I'm very curious to see what's gonna like. Okay, we did also forget
the soda and the female, and I'll be down.
Yeah. We did forget the rise of the zombie movies thanks to The Walking Dead, but they were all pretty much terrible, so I don't care enough.
There's one
really burned out by high school. Like I graduated in 2006. Okay. I was burned out by then. I was most zombies.
It's all right. So Phil, what are
you mentioned the zombie movies and something I've been actually trying to point out for a goddamn while. I found like one of the few found footage movies I actually legitimately unironically enjoyed, and I know it's actually really terrible. I enjoyed Diary of the Dead.
Diary of the Dead was great. I was super
Oh my god, I loved that.
Really well. But that's George Romero. He fucking started it.
Like I absolutely adore Diary of the Dead. It's so fucking good and scary.
The fun fact with all these horror genres is we also have through all these years we've got, like we were talking about earlier, horror is a genre that can fit in anywhere. You can have horror action movies like the Underworld movies, the Resident Evil movies, which we all know are bad, but whatever. You got the horror comedies, where everyone just in this call right now is a fan of Army of Darkness and the Evil Dead movies.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
And Ash versus Evil Dead.
Again, one of my favorite fucking TV shows right now.
Horror comedy, in my opinion, is one of the most brilliant upcroppings of
if it works well, horror comedy like gore and laughs are the best things to go together.
Right.
Like I said, look at Shaun of the Dead.
Movie is not it. Shaun of the Dead, fucking on point.
Shaun of the Dead is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
Shaun of the Dead is honestly my favorite zombie movie.
Oh yeah, definitely. I judge all zombie movies to it. This is the end was pretty good in all honesty.
What was another one? World's End. That was another good. Comedy
I don't know if I count the world. I mean, yeah.
It's post-apocalyptic.
It is. Yeah, it's sci-fi horror. I can see that. Okay. I'm down with that. All right. Yeah, you're right.
And
it does play out like a horror movie. You're right.
The one thing that these all have in common is
Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, and
exactly
because they're part of the Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah, and just like Hot Fuzz is a great action movie.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Hot Fuzz was great. I love that.
But yeah, it's horror, and I mean they have the horror dramas like Interview with a Vampire, movies like that. I love horror's my favorite genre of all time in like any fucking medium, but I love just how versatile it can be if done correctly.
Oh yeah.
As somebody that ends up writing a lot of science fiction horror and thrillers, science fiction horror has had a huge influence on my writing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even just on my taste in like media. So I totally understand that.
I mean,
we did forget one genre that has like two movies, but one of the movies is so big I think we have to mention it for horror. We forgot the horror musicals.
Yeah, we did.
So
the Rocky Todd. I love Sweeney Todd.
There's three. He's right. There's three. The three on the top of my head are Sweeney Todd. I mean, there's the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is a classic. Like we all.
I mean, that's how I learned to walk in heels.
It is a sin. It is terrible that they remade it. It is not.
I didn't even watch it. I skipped it. I couldn't even do it
either. It's just fuck all of them involved in that.
And then there was one of my this one I think is real divisive. I know people who love it, who don't like it, but I happen to love it. It's Repo, the Genetic Opera.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah,
I was just so meh about that. Like
that's fine. Like I totally understand people are meh towards it, but God, I'm such a nerd for it.
I really liked it the first time I saw it, but like my roommates would play it every single fucking day.
We could wear down on you.
By like the end of the year, I was like, I'm gonna fucking destroy every copy of that movie if I have to hear it again.
Can we count Dr. Horrible among that? Because that's
not horror.
It's not horror at all.
That's superhero. That's not even horror at all. He's a bad guy, but that's it. That's more comic book like hero than horror.
Fuck, I love Rocky Horror Picture Show.
As much as I love
Rocky Horror, I still like. Rocky Horror is not very scary at all. But
it's not. But it is horror.
Hilarious.
I mean, it's got sci-fi. It's got they do eat a person.
That's true. Oh no, not Meatloaf again.
Yeah, like it's got a lot of horror elements, so I mean, I give it credit for it. But it's very old 50s like sci-fi horror. It's what's all based off of, anyways.
I gotta admit, I may have been a kid when I saw it, but Red Dragon scared the fuck out of me.
Silent. I am a really big fan of the movie Silence of the Lambs. It's a great sort of like that's a good horror drama though. Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah,
like those could
I haven't
count.
seen it since, but it was a really intense.
But
I appreciated it even at a young age. It was,
oh yeah, dude, I saw Silence of the Lambs way too fucking young. I read the book way too young.
Like, I'll be honest, like, the only reason I saw Alien when I was a kid was because, like, the first time was because this kid next door was like, dude, you get to see Sigourney Weaver's underwear. And I'm like, oh.
All right,
okay.
I guess.
Yeah, cool. Dope.
All right,
I'm in.
cool. Down. Let's just pop it in, bro. Where's the VCR?
I was raised as a child on horror movies thanks to my mom. Yeah, I was a kid watching Nightmare on Elm Street and Hellraiser and all those fucking movies.
Oh
and
my
God, I know that's why I'm fucked up today.
You know,
you can only blame part of that on.
Yeah, true. No, you're right.
You know, between post-apocalyptic nuclear war, Terminator.
Yeah, God, Terminator was a big one.
I really want someone to cover that. Like, someone needs to make a truly because Fallout has so much humor to it to a degree that there's frightening elements and portions, but it's not horror in
it's
and
not
of
horror,
itself.
yeah, at all.
It's post-apocalyptic. I want someone to do a nuclear apocalypse horror that's with like mutated surviving creatures and
I'd watch the fuck out of that.
Oh fuck yeah!
Watch or play it, either one.
Undetonated bombs
if you like that, check out a movie called The Road. The Road. It's a post-apocalyptic story, but it's very much realistic and very terrifying and very bleak.
I don't like so much as I like the element of like the
you like the adventure of it.
Yeah, I like adventure much more than I like everybody dies, everybody like I already get that. I realized that incredibly
I know.
young. I had existential crises incredibly young, guys. I don't need you to remind us. I want something that will make me want to live on.
Yeah. But all right, so that's the trip to the American decades. Now, like David said, the early 2000s to the late 90s to early to mid 2000s, we had the giant influx of Asian horror.
Oh man,
which worked really well for a lot of people because it was very different than what we had here at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Asian horror is very much a ghost horror or a spirit horror type movie. Some work well. I mean, the original Ring is fucking terrifying. Although the American remake of The Ring is equally as good. I still say that.
I like The Grudge.
The remake of The Grudge was all right. The original Japanese one was way scarier.
I don't know if this really counts, but like, is Babadook just like it got really hyped, and then I was just like, I don't know. After the fact, I was like,
Babadook to me didn't work as a horror movie, but it works really well as a psychological movie if you pay attention to the storyline.
Yeah, I mean, psychologically, I got all the elements there.
Yeah,
I still wasn't really that huge.
But that does take us way away from the subject we just currently talked about.
Let's talk about Noroi.
I was getting there. Hold on.
Akira.
Like David
I caught parts of that really early that it was really fucking frightening.
Noroi is. Would you call it? Noroi is probably a found footage movie. Would you call it that?
It is. It definitely is.
About a man who's investigating a ghost story in this forest way up in the Japanese hills in this little village. Honestly, the first hour of the movie is generally kind of boring. It's a very dry documentary about what this guy is finding. And then he goes to the forest at night and the movie says, fuck it, hold on. And just the next half hour is fucking terrifying.
Yes.
Jesus.
Kana!
Like the babies and the fucking kid at the end, dude.
Oh.
I'm not gonna spoil it. I really don't want to. Noroi is the kind of movie like me and David both went into with. I just said, hey, I found a scary movie. I'm gonna send you the link. Let's both watch it the next couple of days. We knew literally nothing about it except for the fact that after we watched it, we were fucking terrified.
So many regrets.
You both need to watch it.
Yeah, if you want.
Oh, I will watch it only on the stipulation that I have someone in the room with me, so I can.
I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't watch it alone, and I was still fucking.
I just can't watch most horror movies alone.
I know what I'm doing for Halloween now.
Oh, Noroi will. I hope it holds. It's about a 10-year-old movie, and I hope it holds up as well as it was when we first saw it. If it was first coming out, it was like 8 or 9 years old. Yeah. And I hope it still holds up because goddamn, the movie is fucking scary. I've seen a lot of Japanese movies. I was a big fan of J-horror when it would happen. I love Chinese horror movies, Korean horror movies. There's so many good ones, but goddamn it, Noroi is number one every time.
So I had my girlfriend at the time.
That's how I watched it too.
Yeah, and we were sitting in the dark, and my roommate's fiance came barging into the room and scared the ever-loving fucking piss out of us.
Oh, man.
In the middle of the movie. It's just like, and she's just like, what's going on? Why do you look so scared? It's like you have no idea.
Noroi is like soul-shattering horror.
Now I'm excited.
Crazy. There's a lot of good, like, the problem was America brought so many Asian horror movies over so fast. We got super fucking inundated with them, and we burned ourselves out on them. I mean, you don't see a whole lot anymore, but there are still great horror movies coming out of Japan, and I just watched one recently. I forgot what it was called, so fuck my whole train of thought.
Good job.
God damn it.
I think I think one that I don't know if I ever actually saw this or whether I just like thought it sounded good, but I think it was like White Noise. Was that any good?
White Noise was the EVP movie, and no, it wasn't good.
Oh.
If you want a movie like that, speaking of the topic, there's a Japanese movie called Pulse. They remade it in America, and it was terrible. The Japanese one is quiet and frightening.
I mean, you have to. My expectations drop by at least 75% when you say they remade it in America.
I mean, not all remakes are bad. They made an American version of.
I adjust my expectations.
Yeah. They did an American remake of the Chinese horror movie Shudder, and it was really good, especially compared to the original. The Dark Water remake was really good. The Eye remake was fucking awful.
I knew that one was the other one I thought of. I was
the original
terrible.
The Chinese
I saw the Japanese one and it was pretty frightening.
Titles that movie was fucking scary.
Classic.
The Eye was fucking scary. I saw the American one first when the Chinese one's not going to be anything. 20 minutes in, I'm reaching over to turn the light back on.
I didn't watch the American one. I was just like
you're better off.
I am better. I think I
so
agree.
much better off.
I feel like a weird hipster or something by saying that. But
now, how about
you spare yourself by like if someone says don't go for the American version, don't do it. Don't
pretty
do
much.
it just because you're American. Just like
it's very rare when American remakes work out.
It's so rare.
Not all the time. I mean, the Americans remade Let the Right One In, and it was a pretty good remake.
I mean, The Office.
That's a great vampire movie.
Not better. The Office was not better when America remade it. It just went on longer.
Well, that's not horror, though. We're talking about horror.
I know it's not, but it's a perfect instance.
So I know a really great Canadian horror movie that scares the piss out of me.
How's that?
Okay.
How about Cube?
Cube is fantastic. Just fantastic sci-fi horror.
Fucks me up so bad every time I watch it.
Cube is one of my. Did I make you watch Cube?
You did. Yeah, you did.
Cube is a movie I wish I remembered earlier. Cube is about these 8 people wake up in a square room and they have to get out. They're in a giant Rubik's Cube where the rooms move, but rooms can be filled with death traps.
You mean can or are usually?
Well, they can be. It's hit or miss where they are or not. And they have to solve these. They eventually figure out how to get out, and they have to make it to the exit. And it's one of the best tense movies I've ever seen.
Like asshole cop, autistic
Panic
savant.
Room wasn't terrible. Like
what wasn't?
Panic Room. I don't think.
That's more of a home invasion movie, not really a horror movie though.
I mean, The Collection and The Collector.
I think
The Collection and The Collector are fucking great. Those are great movies.
Those were pretty messed up movies.
Those were good gore movies.
Those were really messed
up.
But
that brings me up something else to a good point about horror movies is even within the subgenres, there's different versions of horror movies. You've got the good, like, slow burn ghost stories. You've got movies made just to be gory. I love the fact that like
that's what I appreciated about Paranormal Activity was like it was a slow burn. Like they told you what was going on pretty early, but then you got the disbelief, but you knew it was coming anyway. It
built more and more as it went. And I love the fact that like no matter what mood you're in, you can almost always find a horror movie for that mood.
You know what fucked me up about Paranormal Activity? The fucking footprints near the third act.
Yeah, that was good.
That was just, oh my god.
I have a deep fear of being watched while I sleep. So that scene where she's watching Meek, I can't remember her name, where she's watching Micah just as he's sleeping, fucking just screwed me for like 3 days.
I don't like that either. I don't have a fear of it, but it's certainly something
it bothers me
not to happen.
Yeah.
There's a
Katie, that's her name, Katie.
Pair of horror movies that Sean's been trying to tell me to watch forever, and I still haven't gotten around to it. I'm surprised he hasn't mentioned it yet. Fucking Wreck and VHS.
Oh, the VHS movies are great gore movies. VHS is just a bunch of filmmakers making a bunch of horror short stories. Some are scary, some are fucking gory, some are fucking weird. You never know what you're gonna get, but VHS are worth watching.
The Alien short in that was
in the second one.
Freaky.
Yeah. My favorite, I think, was in the second one, the cult that brings back the demon.
Oh yeah,
that was the fucking craziest shit. And like Phil said, the Wreck movies, which were made in America as Quarantine. I really liked, as an atheist, which is weird, I'd say this, the Wreck movies were zombie apocalypse caused by God being pissed off at the sinners. Like Satan literally possesses people. It's all a found footage movie, and it's fucking great. It's honestly, I don't know any of the zombie movies that's literally just Satan doing it. So, good on them. That's new.
Boy, I tell you, that's probably how it's going to happen.
True. They're made in Spain, which is a very Catholic country anyway, so it makes sense. But they made 4 of them, and they actually tell a 4-movie long complete story.
I'm not really sure how this one stood up, and I wasn't really incredibly impressed by it, but I think the movie was Unborn.
I saw Unborn in theaters and literally punched my friend for making me waste my money.
I was really not impressed.
That movie was bad.
It was not impressive.
I forgot that movie existed until you just reminded me. Thanks.
Sorry.
You should punch him.
I'm going to punch him now.
I'm a disabled man. Don't do that. That's not cool.
That's like someone reciting all of Arnold Schwarzenegger's lines in Batman and Robin.
Yeah, Unborn was so fucking bad. But how about you guys? Have you guys ever seen the movies from other horror movies from other countries? I mean, Russia really made me very happy with the Night Watch series. I mean, those are more horror action than they are horror.
Oh man, Night Watch.
Night Watch are fantastic horror.
We're never gonna get Twilight Watch, and that makes me sad.
I know. Fuck off. I don't want to talk about it.
You know what was a botched horror series of movies that could have been really amazing? Doom.
When I first saw it, I loved the Doom movie, and then as I got older, I went, Jesus Christ, what a fucking abortion!
It's like this is Planned Parenthood.
Like, you see so many great chances they had.
So
and you're just in other words, even the storyline wasn't bad. I didn't mind the sci-fi storyline they gave it.
It wasn't right.
Give me one asshole with a chainsaw killing demons for an hour and a half, and I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't need all this sci-fi bullshit.
Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck it. There you go.
Yeah, they should have just gone full on. This is insane. You're dropped in first person
tons
shooter.
Of gore.
The only thing that I really appreciated was that tiny section where you had
first person scene,
first person shooter.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's funny. And that was
Phil brought up bad horror movies. So let's hear what you had to talk about on that.
Oh man, my 2 favorite bad horror films of all time. Fucking Ghost of Mars is one of them.
Ghost of Mars is a horror movie. That's more like a sci-fi action movie.
It's pretty sure
they're fighting horror. They're fighting monsters-ish, but there's 9 dudes, including Ice Cube, with dual submachine guns. That's not a horror movie.
All right, well, I do have one that I will count as a horror because it's action horror, but it's still horror. Fucking Deep Blue Sea.
If you say Ice Cube and submachine gun, it's automatically.
I did say that's automatically an action movie. Yeah, that's not a horror movie. No, okay. Deep Blue Sea, I will defend to my grave because fucking.
I absolutely love Deep Blue Sea.
Have either one of you guys seen Deep Blue Sea?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh my God, you need to.
Made in the 90s, it's about a research station floating in the ocean who are trying to make sharks smarter.
Oh, I heard about that. No, okay, I saw parts of that.
I have seen parts of that. I thought it was fucking dumb.
It's dumb as shit, but I love it so much.
So good.
Because it does. I love that. I'm going to spoil the movie, but I love that movie for two reasons. It actually broke the mold because A, Samuel L. Jackson dies halfway through it.
Wow, Samuel L. Jackson dies in it?
Eaten by a fucking shark. And B, unlike every other horror movie in the 90s, at the end, no women survive. Just two. Yeah, the black dude lives and a white dude lives. The black dude survived. The black dude lives and the woman dies.
That whole scene where LL Cool J survives by hiding in a stove is one of my favorite scenes in a movie to this day.
If you ever get a chance, it's worth sitting down to watch just for like an enjoyable bad movie. Just like Ghost Ship.
Oh my God, Ghost Ship.
Oh my God, that was
my God.
Oh my God.
Ghost Ship can be as dumb as it wants to be because that Gore opening is the coolest thing fucking ever. That fucking that wire cutting everyone in half.
I feel like we should talk about horror comedies for a minute.
All right. We kind of have off and on, so what do you want?
But I mean, like, The Frighteners, man. Oh, God,
I've never seen that movie, so I can't.
Dude, you need to. You really fucking need to. It's probably my favorite Peter Jackson film.
You're literally
saying someone says
you're literally the only person I've ever heard say anything good about that movie.
Wow. Well, other people are terrible.
I like it.
That movie's great.
See, David saying he likes it gives it more credence to me.
Well, I mean, it's a Michael J. Fox film. It's kind of quirky.
So it's a shaky cam film.
No.
Wow.
Sorry.
You should be ashamed.
I just got that. Fuck. I'm just going to go ahead and hand the keys over so you can drive us all to hell.
We're just going to get this really bad note followed by a subpoena that we can't read because the pin marks are all over the page. Thanks.
I was gonna say that that's like saying that people who like superheroes should like the movie Hancock.
What a bad movie that was.
I admit parts of it were okay, but it was generally meh.
Yeah,
but that's not a horror movie. No, true.
But he has a point.
It's called comparative. You know.
Anyways,
Jake Busey is. He's a good bad guy. Jake Busey is good at playing crazy people because his dad's fucking crazy.
You know who was good in a horror movie?
Who's that?
Ben Affleck. He was the bomb in Phantom, Joe.
Yes, he was.
Speaking of bad fucking horror movies, God, Phantom's a shitty movie.
Oh my God, Phantom's is awful. But every time I will always use that opportunity to quote Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah. If I ever meet Ben Affleck, I'm just gonna yell out, "Dude, you were the bomb in Phantom."
Bomb in Phantom, yo.
He can be like a Batman. I'm gonna yell that at him. Like, fuck it. Bat Fleck could be staring me down, but fuck it, you were the bomb in Phantom, Joe.
Like
I think that's a pretty good exclamation. Like at least he knows you're aware of his lesser work.
Well, that he'll get he's best friends with Kevin Smith, so he'll get the reference too.
Well, I heard last I heard they weren't talking.
Really?
No, as far as I know, he's just been so busy they haven't spoken in a while. But they're still friends, as far as I know.
I thought they had like a falling out or something.
No, not that I know of.
There have been mentions of them, but going back to comedy horror comedies.
Ghostbusters.
The Evil Dead movies.
So we just talked about those. Like we did a thing about them.
Yeah.
We just mentioned them.
We've mentioned them like 4 times though. That's probably good enough.
We need to discuss them. We need to discuss them in the TV show because God, they're great and I love them.
We could have discussed the TV show last week, but no one did.
I need to really watch the TV show.
That's good. It is really good. It's great to see they capture the feel so well.
Oh God, yeah.
But it's not a movie.
It's true. It's not.
You know what movie?
It's a bunch of movies stuck together to make one long.
Okay. Shut up, David.
You know what genre what one movie gave me a genre that I need expanded on? Cabin in the Woods. Because it's horror, and I think we need more deconstruction movies.
Well, I mean, yeah, because really Scream and Cabin in the Woods are really the only two I can think of off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, the Scream series. Cabin in the Woods is a movie about 5 people who go to a cabin in the woods. And then you learn that all horror movies in the world are controlled by a secret organization trying not to let the old gods rise up and destroy the earth. That's the
so
movie.
good.
Like that's literally the plot line of the movie.
What the
And
fuck?
it plays off of all
Have
the
you never
tropes
seen it, David?
No.
David,
What?
buddy,
Dude,
oh my god,
You would fucking love this movie. Like the
Oh,
cabin
God,
they
yeah.
go to is the Evil Dead cabin.
Huh.
Yep.
It's a Joss Whedon movie too.
Huh.
That's the only movie I've ever seen a unicorn impale somebody in.
Yep. No, it happens. Yeah, no, you guys need to watch Cabin in the Woods. Like seriously,
Dude, like
Movie's
seriously,
fucking
it's
amazing.
so fucking good.
I saw it 3 times in theaters.
Sean got me to watch it, and I thanked him profusely the next day.
There was this one horror movie that left a terrible taste in my mouth, and not because it was like it wasn't scary because like pretty early on, even though there was some like mild like technically frightening things, it had this really graphic rape scene incredibly early in the movie. Like these teenagers go off into the woods and they meet this teenage boy and they get stoned with the teenage boy, and then the teenage boy's delinquent parents show up and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and teenage girl gets raped by teenage father, and et cetera, et cetera. They find him at the wealthy house of the teenage girl, and it basically becomes a rape and revenge flick.
Are you talking about Last House on the Left?
Yeah,
that might be it.
That was it. That's exactly what it was.
I'm honest.
I just didn't like it. It was not good. It was like
it's the 70s horror had a lot of weird movies like that. Like that movie, there was
70s. It was
a remake.
It's a remake.
Oh,
it's 70s
okay.
horror.
It was a remake.
Just like I Spit on Your Grave. Same thing. Girl gets raped. She comes back, and although Spit on Your Grave is really uncomfortably gory.
Oh
rape,
yeah.
It's just like the rape and revenge story is so overdone. It's like it's just
What about
at this point?
I don't know if it's a horror movie, but it's a home invasion movie. You're Next. Is that technically a horror movie?
That would be a horror movie, and it was a fucking great one.
Oh my god. Dude, when she kills the dude with the blender, still one of the most brutal things I've ever fucking seen.
I mean, I must admit that movie, The Last House on the Left, when he microwaves the dude's head, that was pretty satisfying.
Oh my god, that shit was gross.
That was
Okay,
fantastic.
I'm gonna use this opportunity of this being my episode of the podcast with horror movies. I want to bring a movie I saw about a year ago that I keep trying to tell people to watch, but they never believe me is good. And I need people to understand they need to just get over their shit to see this movie.
All right, I will watch it. What is it?
It's called you were there when I watched it. It's called Unfriended.
I still need to watch that.
This is what was called the Facebook horror movie. I swear to God, everyone called it that and no one went and saw it. This movie actually got great reviews, and anyone who's seen it knows how good it is. The entire movie takes place over a Skype call. 7 teenagers get on a Skype call together. They're talking about a girl who just killed themselves. Dead girl gets in the Skype call and starts fucking with the people on the Skype call.
Nice.
Genuinely a fucking good movie. It's well written. It's well acted. It's well directed. It's uncomfortably believable. And every death is fucking horrifying.
I will sit down and watch that.
It's a movie where somebody took a lot of imagination and ran with it in the right direction.
I still want someone to kill someone with a nicotine tea. I might have to write that horror.
What?
Nicotine. Yeah, you can poison people with it. I don't have
yeah.
You just blend it in. But if you're reading that, if you're listening to this, you're like, man, I want a movie to watch. Of all the things we said, please go watch Unfriended. It's just such a good fucking movie.
I remember seeing the previews for that when I was like, fucking really?
No, dude, that's what everyone thought. But like, it got amazing reviews. Every reviewer fucking loved it. I'm telling you, David, watch it. You'll love it.
Don't crucify me for this, but this sounds like the same. The first impression is the same kind of impression as Swim Fan.
Swim Fan was terrible. What are you talking about?
That's what I mean.
Man, Swim Fan was bad.
Yeah.
That's why
Unfriended is fucking is good. Like I watched it twice just to make sure it was good a second time, and it still fucking is. Because I couldn't believe it was.
Was I too drunk to like this?
Yeah, like it looked so stupid, and I watched the movie and I was fucking just horrified. And I was like, wow, good job, directors.
Well, I mean, when it's good, it's good. You know,
So yeah, I keep having to defend my choice and how much I love that movie. So I'm gonna do it right fucking here on the podcast and just put it out there for good. Unfriended is fucking amazing.
Insecure much, mate?
Probably a little bit. I always am. That's why I never go on dates.
There's other reasons why you don't go on dates.
Look, now we're getting too real, and that's the real horror movie.
Yeah. Speaking of Kevin Smith, a few lines back, how did you guys ever see any of his horror movies?
Yeah, Red State was amazing.
Red State is amazing. Tusk was not.
Red State.
I avoided Tusk because you told me it was fucking awful.
Kevin Smith should stop getting high and making movies. Phil, that's
was he high when he made it?
That is exactly how he described it too. It's like, let's think of the dumbest fucking shit we could possibly make, and he's in the chat or whatever, and he's just like
podcast.
Blah blah blah, for his podcast.
And
someone's like, you should make that into a movie, and he fucking did, and we all regret it.
Yeah.
Well,
which was
a learning experience at least.
True. I mean, it was bad because Red State was so good. Like Red State was that the opening monologue of like the Fred Phelps church leader guy, I can't remember his name in the movie.
Oh man,
was just terrifying.
I gotta mention this other one that was really interesting. It was about a radio station and like Canadian radio station or something like that, and it was technically a zombie apocalypse movie.
Pontypool, I fucking love that movie.
Yes, that was it.
God, that movie was great.
It was phenomenal, and it was so much visceral audio involved.
Yeah, that was a sound horror movie.
That was amazing. Like as an
I forgot all about that movie. I'm so glad to meet someone else who's seen it.
It's an obscure thing. I had to YouTube it to find it.
Oh, it's on Netflix, I think, or was for a while.
Is it now?
It is. I'm pretty sure it still is.
Yeah. No.
What about Seed?
Seed, is that the
one you keep telling me to watch that I want to hear you talk about because I need to know more about it?
Oh, Seed. Seed is the first original movie made by Uwe Boll.
You said it was actually enjoyable and scary despite being made by him.
It is fucking fantastic.
Who?
Uwe Boll is the guy who makes all the terrible video game movies, like Alone in the Dark and Blood Rain and those movies. But when he actually makes his own movies, he's a decent filmmaker. Like Seed is about a big serial killer, and it's fucking gross. Like
I'm going to quote Colin Farrell and say I don't believe you.
That's fine. You can. Seed was a good movie. It's a very visceral, vicious like serial killer movie.
I like Ginger Snaps. That was a really good.
That's a good movie too.
Great series.
I wasn't big on the second or third one, but the first one is probably my favorite.
The second one was a major letdown. I didn't know there was a third one.
It takes place like back in the 1800s.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get
That's a bigger mind fuck than the second one was.
Yeah, but no, the first one is my favorite werewolf movie.
The first one was really good. Like, it was just
absolutely fucking great. I haven't seen the movie in years. I need to rewatch it.
I'm probably not going to watch it again. I just don't tend to do that.
It's fine.
It's enough.
That's understandable. No, I understand.
Another movie it's a really obscure B movie. Has anyone ever heard of a horror movie called Splinter?
Okay, is that the one about like the virus that gets in people and like their bones break and shit? And
they shoot their bones out to infect other people?
Yeah, it's in the gas station.
Yes.
That's a great movie.
Oh, God, I love that movie.
Great fucking movie.
That is a good movie. That movie was fucking good. Paulo Costanzo was in it.
I don't know. I just know it's fucking terrifying to watch and gross as shit. Like watching that dude's arm break and shit was so uncomfortable.
I'm uncomfortable just hearing about it.
Oh,
There's this Bruce Campbell movie that is also really fucking good that I can't remember the name of it. It takes place in an airport terminal.
First off,
and it's
Bruce Campbell, therefore awesome.
Yeah,
it's Terminal something. It has Terminal in the title.
Oh my God, I know what movie. That's not a good movie, Phil. Shut up.
It's a great movie. Fuck off.
No, it's not. I mean, I love Bruce Campbell, but he doesn't make what you would call good movies.
Wow. Are you saying Bubba Hotep wasn't great?
It was great, but not great, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it was a B movie.
Yeah.
For a reason. That's what he likes to make.
Yeah.
That's like saying Undercover Brother was a great representation of black society.
that was a good bad movie too.
I love Undercover Brother.
Undercover Brother, I love that movie.
Undercover Brother and fucking Black Dynamite.
Oh, you done fucked up now.
Not enough of your kung fu treachery.
Another friendship ruined by kung fu treachery. All right, that's not a horror movie though. Fucking goddamn.
I'm so sorry.
And now we come to the part of the podcast where we all go off rails.
Just call me the switch because I always derail
What's our time at, David?
Hour.
We probably call it quits there. We've done good for this show.
We could go off the rails.
Yeah, we didn't go.
Fucked up.
Listeners, thank you for listening to us. Ramble on about horror movies we loved. Seriously, every movie we talked about we said was good. At least one of us thinks was good, so check it out. But seriously,
dude, watch Frighteners, watch The Thing.
Hunt down Unfriended and hunt down Noroi. Goddamn, hunt down Noroi.
Thanks for listening to our drunken rambling.
Yeah, I can't. Like me and David can't stress how much everyone should watch Noroi.
I'm actually gonna watch that.
Noroi.
Yes. Back in the day, we had trouble finding it, but maybe it'll be easier nowadays. But years have passed. Seriously.
Maybe it's on like the digital store.
That could be. I couldn't find it on Netflix. I know that because I just looked over
Google Play.
Yeah, it could be. Seriously, check it out.
Something dark side.
Always support your horror movie filmmakers. Trust me, they're just the best. And all right, good night.
Call to action. Yep,
call to action.
I look forward to killing you soon.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff. We are on
YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, SoundCloud. I've been doing the. Are we on Twitter?
Are we on Twitter?
Not yet.
We're on Instagram, although I just started that, so that's still a little shaky starting up. The Twitch stream has been fired up quite a bit lately, so you can find us screwing around on there.
Yeah.
Check us out.
Oh my god, that's awful.
But if you follow my Twitter, D20 Revolt, I usually share the podcast on there too. So.
All right. Trust me, we are as exposed as we can possibly be without getting without becoming a sex offender. So let's do this.
Game over, man. Game over.
I refuse to expose myself on the internet.
All right.
As long as Phil doesn't grow back the stash, we're good.
Yeah, no shit.
God, thanks.
Whoa.
All right. Good night, listeners.
Fuck off.
Good night, everybody.
Suck my dick.